We don't have to use social media, and I know Brianna said it earlier, to our disadvantage, because now we figured out a way, and so many believers have figured out a way to reach so many people for Jesus in our social media. And so, Addie, how can we as Christians use social media in our advantage? And so what does social media play in your foundation in Jesus? Does it help or hinder your foundation in Jesus?
I feel like that can really differ depending on the person, because one person, it really depends on what your feed looks like, right? Because one person's feed can look completely different from another. Like your feed could be full of teenagers doing things that they shouldn't, drinking, vaping, talking about a whole bunch of stuff that you shouldn't be doing. And then I would say it's probably a disadvantage. But I feel like once you become a Christian and maybe you start liking Christian posts, or liking reels with Bible scriptures in them, or going on TikTok and finding Christian influencers, then it can almost counteract it, because maybe you'll be, just scrolling along, and then, maybe a verse will pop up, or saying, oh, reminder, read your Bible today, and then I'll be like, oh crap, I should probably read my Bible today, and then, I'll read it. And so I think that's really helpful, but, it really just depends on, who you're following and what your feed looks like.
Yeah, and I think it's so funny that as you go on TikTok and Instagram, does anyone have TikTok or Instagram? Raise your hand. Everyone, okay. So the hashtag FYP for you page. And so they try to get so many things on your feed, and this feed has an algorithm. So what you watch is what you get. And so if you're watching one thing, that's what you're getting. If you're watching a bunch of dog TikToks, you're going to get a bunch of puppies on your TikToks. If you're watching baking TikToks, you're going to have a lot of people baking and showing you what kind of ingredients and what recipes are. But if you're watching bad things, you're going to get bad things. But if you're watching good things, if you're watching Christian influencers, that's what you're going to get. And I know for most of us, and I'm going to include myself in this, that I think of social media as 70% bad. And I think of it as, oh my gosh, I need to delete my social media. There are so many things coming off on social media. Sometimes Bree logs in on my Instagram, and she's like, who's this one random person? I'm like, well, I went to high school with them. And she's like, well, why are they posting this? I don't know, but they are. And so I find myself seeing Instagram and Facebook and all this stuff as mostly bad, but just like Addie said, what you're watching is what you're getting. So we can change the algorithm on our own Instagrams and our own TikToks, and we can change the algorithms by even posting Christian content. I know some, and I'm going to say this, by posting a Bible verse every 5 seconds, we sometimes get annoyed with those people. And so we see that on Facebook, and yet again another Bible verse that you don't know what it means to them in their life, but they're posting it wanting you to see something out of it. But saying that posting a Bible verse is a benefit, because now our friends see it, and then they can share it, and their friends can see it, and it can create a snowball effect to seeing good things on social media.